Alright, so this is one of the plot doors, as you can see from the oops, wrong button. I forgot select is no longer first person. This is a plot door, as you can see from the crown on it.
Oh.
And basically every single floor is going to have, well, most of them have 3 story rooms. There's the starting story room, middle story room, and the ending story room, I think. Because when you first walk in, a story event will happen. Then you'll get another story event room, another story event room, and then the final boss story event room. And so this one, with the key on it, is Key of Beginnings, so that always represents the first room. And you'll get these types of cards only after story events. They're not drops. You just get them. Okay, doors emblazoned with crowns are special doors. You need special cards called key cards to open these doors, but just having a key card isn't enough to open the door. You need to have a key card and 1 or more additional cards meeting the following criteria. Pick up map cards that meet the criteria and you can open the door. So we're going to need, in addition, the cards you see shall be the key. In addition to the Key of Beginnings, we're going to need a card with a value above 1. So while I could use this 0 to get through the door, zeros can open any door, so I'm going to hold on to it and use it and go get another one instead. Okay. Once we get farther in the game, that's not going to be an issue, really. Like, we're going to have more than enough. We will get hung up sometimes, but not too much. If there is ever a hang-up, it's going to be more because, like, we're like, okay, I don't want to use this key on, like, this card. I need to go find another card of this value, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I just don't want to waste that particular type of card or whatever. But occasionally I will have to go resource grinding a little bit, to get the types of cards that we need. And obviously, our ability to attack is limited entirely to our resources. Like, we need to have good cards to be able to attack well, so it is actually important to, so since that guy had a 4 out and I played a 4, both of us did nothing. So I was mashing X there and it accomplished absolutely nothing.
Okay.
You can dodge stuff, obviously, which is part of why the system is kind of busted from the GBA. Because in the GBA, there was 3D space to move around in, but dodging wasn't as viable an option to avoid attacks. So it kind of forced you to, focus on, like, the card-breaking system a little bit more. Whereas in this game, as you've observed, I mean, not always, there's a lot of attacks that you cannot get around very well, but as you just saw, I just dodge-rolled my way around a lot of attacks. Which kind of breaks down the system a little bit. And also, I feel like, on the GBA, it's a much smaller screen space. So there's usually, if you swing your Keyblade, you're going to hit something.
Right.
And in a game where a single attack is a resource, that's really important. Whereas, like, here, I could swing my Keyblade and hit nothing, theoretically. Because it's just too much space.
Okay, your green cards, are they, like, one-time use per fight?
Items are one-time use, yes. All items can only be used one time in a single fight. But they're only consumables for that fight, though. They'll be fine next time around.
Okay, and we got a Goofy card.
Yeah, Goofy, basically, you can use friends to attack in the middle of a fight, but Goofy cards, basically friend cards do not carry over between fights. They only last for that individual
really?
conflict, yeah. So you have to pick them up in individual fights. However, the one card that we just picked up a second ago, which was, how do I look at room cards? Is there a way to look at that or not? World cards. No, that's not right at all. Hold on. Map cards, here we go. Meeting ground, if you have friends, a friend card appears at the start of battle. So you will always get a friend card at the very beginning to play. Yeah, if you have friends. I don't want to spend that right away because I want to kind of demonstrate the friend system a little bit more. So I'm going to fight one more guy and get hopefully a card that'll let me go through the door. This is again when I'm talking about it with the resource grinding stuff. I don't want to spend the meeting ground card on the story room because the effects of those card effects do not apply to story rooms, basically. Like, you can like, otherwise, you go to a boss room with a card that's like, boost my attack power. It won't count when you do rooms like that. I wasn't paying attention. The Heartless came for me. In case you're wondering, you can't escape. You saw like where the barrier went up at the beginning of the fight?
Yeah.
If I run away and I'm run up here, I can, I just have to run against that for a couple minutes to escape.
Okay.
So escape is possible. There's a goof card. It's a 0, so I'm going to need to play it with something else or else somebody will break it. So, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'll just play all of these, and that'll be good to go. All these guys are standard enemies, so none of them can break an 11. Here we go. Now Goofy's going to do something.
Oh boy, the same soundbite. The same soundbite that I never could understand what he was saying.
It was like, Hoyle! I don't know. He's saying something.
Yeah,
Hoyle!
somewhere else. Your health, does it regenerate?
No, there's no health regeneration.
No, I mean, like, between fights. Like when you finish
no, it does not. Yeah, but there are usually an abundance of things to hit in the map that will give you, whatchamacallit.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, I need that's only a value of 1, that's no good to me. I need a value of, there, that's good. Here we go. Alright, this is gonna be a combo attack since I have the two of them together of some kind. Get back here. There we go. I'm controlling this in case you're wondering.
That is awesome.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about in terms of this game, like the sleek, especially because obviously that did not exist in the Game Boy Advance version of the game.
Yeah.
They added a bunch for the PS2 version. That's the type of stuff the system lets you do. Is there's just a ton of really weird attacks you could not have in the typical structure of like an action game. But anyway, I think I got a card that I can use for this now. Yeah, above 1, right there. Very good. And play this, and we're good to go. Achoo! And again, we're gonna have to use cards like that every single time we enter a room, basically,
Right.
to access stuff. The stipulations on what kind of cards we can play will become more stringent later in the game. Like sometimes you'll only be able to play one that's red and of a certain value, or only one that's green and of a certain value. It just depends. Now we're in actual 3rd district, not just area that looks like it. Fighting alone isn't as easy as I thought. We just did a super cool combo attack. What are you talking about, Sora?
There they
Ah!
are. Ah.
Don't pop out of nowhere like that. Hey, it's not our fault. We don't know what's going on. Oh.
Pluto.
Also, yeah, Pluto. I forgot he has a friend card in the PS2 version, but he was not a friend card in the original version.
Nice.
Pluto? Things keep getting stranger. What's Pluto doing here? Pluto will dig around the map and pull up new cards for you. There's nothing strange about that. We came to Traverse Town with Pluto, didn't we? Did we? Will. No, wait. According to my journal, it was before you met Sora that you came to town with Pluto. What? He's right. But Sora technically has memories of Pluto at the very beginning, so I don't know, whatever.
That's
Yeah,
whatever.
we were chasing after Pluto, and that's how we ended up in Castle Oblivion. But aren't we in Traverse Town? Jeez, Goofy, keep up. Well, it's not really Traverse Town. I think the card created this Traverse Town inside Castle Oblivion. Ah, who cares about that? It's all too confusing.
So does this mean we're just gonna be revisiting old places?
Yeah. This game is a lot of rehash. That's why people said, like, I was just talking a second ago, people are like, there's a lot of, repetitiveness in this game, Jacob.
Yeah.
And I think, again, if you understand it's on the GBA, it makes more sense. It's just
course.
like, it was a portable Kingdom Hearts for, if you like Kingdom Hearts, now you can play it in the car or wherever else, especially like for kids,
And now you can play it on your PS3.
Yeah, in the same game. Let's see. I don't know where we are, but let's just keep moving forward and defeating Heartless. We'll get somewhere. Belts. You better be careful, or it's the Heartless that are gonna defeat you.
What?
Oh, he's so edgy. Look at that. We already opened Merlin's door.
Is he real?
Nope, he's a memory-based projection.
Oh boy.
Leon, it's you. What are you doing in Castle Oblivion? Castle Oblivion? What are you talking about? This is Traverse Town. And how do you know my name? Who are you? That's non-verbal. Bacana. I've never met the likes of you. Impossible! I've never met the likes of you before. Quit playing, Leon. We all fought the Heartless together. You know that. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know your names. You don't? Well, that was Goofy, not Sora. Oh well. Sorry. Goofy went through reverse puberty. I can't believe it. How have you forgotten about us? How can you have forgotten about us? I feel bad for you, but you got the wrong guy. Happens all the time. Don't take it so personally, Sora. I can't verbalize those either. You do know his name! Now hold on. Why do I know your name? You think Leon's just kidding around? If he is, it's not funny. Sora's really upset. Who's kidding around, Goofy? You and Donald are the ones who... Hey!
Look at him, he's just like, no.
I don't get it. Something's wrong with my memory. What's happening here? So I feel like I should say two things really fast before we proceed any further with this scene. Because I'm just thinking about it as we're sitting here. Okay, this game suffers a bit from the transition from the GBA and also gains a bit from the GBA. Obviously, the voice-acted cutscenes have super awesome facial animation. It's great, right? The GBA version had these really detailed sprites. Most characters had like Sora probably had like 10 or so, like different expressions,
Yeah.
right? Moods. So here, obviously, there's no facial animation during this sequence. So you completely lose that during the text-only sequences. Whereas throughout the original game, it was actually nice because there was no segregation between the really important story scenes and the minor ones because everything was presented the same way.
Okay.
Now there's a much more clear-cut segregation. Also, I will say this. Most of the script has not been updated from the Game Boy Advance version, which means there are some lines in this game that were never meant to be read out loud. You will know the ones when you hear them.
All right,
because
let's
they
see
are
this.
really awkward. I don't think there's any in this scene, but like there are some that you'll be like, somebody was paid to write and to read that. What's happening here? I don't know, Leon. Maybe Aerith was onto something after all. Boop. By the way, this track, if you don't recognize it, it's because it was a new track for Chain of Memories, and obviously the loop is really short because it's a GBA track that's been ported over here. Anyway. She said she sensed some kind of uncanny power, and she asked us to look into it. Well, this is as uncanny as it gets. Maybe you should take Sora to see Aerith. Yuffie, you know my name. Yep. Looks like you know mine too.
She's not fazed by this at all.
You know him? Nope, total stranger, but I definitely know his name. Strange, yes, but convenient. We can skip the introductions. How is it you can accept the situation so easily? I don't get you. Well, I'm gonna run ahead and fill in Aerith. Leon, you give them the grand tour.
The grand tour of this one room.
See you later! So to be clear, not all the tracks in the GBA game were super repetitive, because obviously they replicated all the tracks from Kingdom Hearts 1 in there as well. There were just a couple of the new tracks were like that we just heard a second ago, and it's like, it's a 5-second loop, great. I guess it's no use pondering over it. Come on, follow me. But there are Heartless wandering around town. I better teach you how to protect yourself in battle. So now he's going to teach us a little bit more about the mechanics that I was explaining a second ago about why the numerical values are important and whatnot. Well, if it loads, it is anyway. It's thinking about it. Here we go. See the numbers printed on your cards? They range from 0 to 9. Higher numbers mean stronger cards. If you and the enemy both play the same card at the same time, both play a card at the same time, the higher card wins. Go on, try it out. So he's obviously guarding his attacks, but like watch what happens here is the important thing. Again, these systems are way easier to like observe on the GBA than they are here, because there's just so much visual stimulus that makes the system kind of fall apart a little bit. See how it works? Playing a card higher than the opponents will break through their defenses. Whatever, you saw it. It's called a card break. Playing the lower card results in your attack being deflected. Each power card deflected enemies higher. This is me reading out loud, everybody. Whoever's on the losing side of the break is left open to attacks. Don't let that person be you. Cards with 0 as their value are special. No matter what card the enemy plays, you can break it with a 0 card. But if you play a 0 card too soon, the enemy can break it with any card they play. In other words, it's the most powerful card if it comes last and useless if it comes first. Try and make the most of it. Card values also affect the cost of assembling a deck. Keep that in mind. So obviously 9 cards are going to cost a lot more than 2 cards.
Right.
Now it's time to teach you how to stock cards. You don't have to use battle cards one at a time. You can also assemble 3 cards and use them all at once. It's called stocking cards. Stocking cards, using them 3, you know that whole, I just showed that.
Aside from them having a higher value, is there any real advantage to doing this if you're not comboing?
If you're not using one of the special abilities, not really, because you lose one. Again, like let's say that I only have like, if I'm low level and I only have like, 3 2 cards left on my deck, and I have like, it's gonna take me too long to reload my deck, then I could combine them all together and get, a value of 6, and that might be worth it, but probably not. The sum of the 3 stocked cards becomes the value you play. The value is usually high and hard to break, and the combo attack deals a lot of damage. Maybe it does a little bit extra damage, but I don't know about that for sure.
Okay.
Don't hold back. Show me what you can do. So I can press triangle to use, use one of the... I'm confused, hold on. Use one of 3 stock cards.
Yeah.
Okay, why doesn't I just use all 3? Alright, that was, whatever, it doesn't matter. Combo attacks aren't the only benefit to stocking cards. Choose your cards carefully and you can unleash special abilities called sleeves. Sleeves come in all varieties and each one has their own unique card combination. You should try it out once you've collected more cards and learned a slate or 2. But keep one thing in mind, my Gunblade is awesome. Every time you use stocked cards, you lose the first card you picked. You can't reload it. The lost card won't return until the end of battle. Relying only on sleights will cause your cards to run out. That means trouble. So yeah, that's how that works. You got it now. You use that one card and you lose it, so you can't spam them. Basically.
Okay, so when you level up slights, what is actually leveling that up, dude? Do you get more ability?
It just gives you a new ability. Like it just grants you a new ability randomly. Maybe there's an order to it. I don't know. I think it might be random. It might be an order. I have no clue. I mean, it has to be in some kind of order because obviously you couldn't use the ones you'd get at the end of the game. But I don't think it's in an exact order. I could be wrong. Think you got the hang of it, Sora? Yeah, more or less. I'll pick up the rest when I fight some real battles. Here, I found this lying around. You take it. Remember what I told you and make good use of it. I believe this is a Simba card. He gives us Simba summon card. There we go.
Yeah.
Give guidance, so that's to get us into the next story room. Once you go into a story room, that room is locked off and can't be used for anything else. You can't spawn it as something else, and you can't re-enter it, so. Story rooms exist. See, it's gone now. They exist only for cutscenes and for boss battles, basically. Or for, event battles. Hup. Is there any Heartless here? Nope. Heartless down here. I'll fight one fight, and hopefully I'll level up and I'll be able to do the sleets like we were talking about. Or I'll be able to, get one. Okay, I was kind of not paying attention to the card. Again, I think it plays better on the GBA because you can pay more attention to the card values, whereas here you have to worry about your 3D space a bit more,
Right.
It just doesn't work as well, I don't think. I want to get the red guy with my blizzard here. Okay, awesome, I missed him.
All right.
I did it.
You did good. You did good, kid.
Did great, kid. You're an inspiration to us all. There we go.
Yeah.
Things. Meeting ground again. That's more. You get front card at the beginning of the fight. Bam! I learned sliding dash. There we go. So there you go. Now you would equip 3 attack cards between the values of 10 and 15, and then you would perform a slide towards distant target for a close range attack.
Okay.
There you go. That's how it works. Now you basically got the gist of all the systems and stuff. I don't want to fight anyone else right now, just because, like I said before, never mind, I'll fight these guys at least.
Do you have to just jump again?
Yeah, I think so. But, like I said, like in my ability to fight. Okay, that was short.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, great. Now, one other, you know what? Actually, hold on. Again, I know I said I wouldn't, waste too much on-screen time, but I do want to demonstrate a little bit about how this game works. So I'm going to run back to the first area and show you, basically, since I didn't whack everything in the first area before, you whack things and they drop stuff for you. I think I already whacked these, so they're not going to drop anything, but, those usually drop either, like, money or, health balls, so I don't want to bust that because I'm going to need it right now. If it is health, it'd be a waste. I don't think that health dumping things respawn, because again, each room is a resource, and there's actually a set amount of Heartless that will spawn in each room. Like, it's quite a lot, but you can't just infinitely grind in a room. Eventually you'll need to spawn another one.
Wow.
Yeah. There's money. I just want to see if I can't get a card to drop somewhere. Get it? Thank you. A 1 kingdom key. Oh boy. That thrills me. Hey! I really need something with some use. Nothing? Okay, great.
There's some barrels over there. Maybe it'll drop the legendary key.
Don't think you can get the legendary key yet. Unknown room, because this is a starting room. It's not determined by a specific card. The description of the room, the description of the type of room you're in always appears in the bottom. I really need some higher value cards. I'm getting broken all the time because I'm playing freaking 2s. Hey, Goofy, this, and I'll play the potion at the end to, do that. What? And yeah, I guess that's fine. Go ahead and play those. Goofy hit everything, then I'll heal myself, and then I'll respawn all my attack cards, and we'll continue as if nothing ever happened. Bam! There we go. I didn't even need to use the potion. I could have hit him with the one card that I had left and killed him. Lasting Days. That one is, if you hit an enemy before you enter, they'll be stunned longer, basically. I walked straight through that shadow. That was incredible. If you didn't see that, he was like coming out of the ground as I walked over him.
That, yeah.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm going to have to be doing a lot of fighting in this game. I'll probably do a lot between recording sessions and some off-screen. For now, actually, you know what? That's pretty much an episode. Let's cut it here. We'll work our way towards the next story event and hopefully grab some new cards and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the end of the episode.